Joe Rogan Experience had Adam Sandler come on, and things got spicy. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. We are live, and so glad to have all of you guys watching. If you missed the live, check us out every Tuesday and Thursday. This Thursday is going to be my birthday. I hope you guys will show up, show some support. Thank you guys for all the love, early love. But let's get to this main topic today. I wanted to share this thing. This literally just came out a couple hours ago. Adam Sandler on the Joe Rogan Experience. And look, it's a big get. Adam Sandler doesn't do a lot of these long form things, and he doesn't really like to talk meanly about people. As I was telling earlier in the live, like, I've come to respect him. Look, not all his movies are bangers, as I was saying. I don't find all of them funny. Grown-ups, and some of them are kind of painful. But I've come to respect him and his longevity and the fact that he hasn't been somebody out there creating drama or calling people out. No, he's like a good family man. He's out there supporting his friends, getting them work. He's putting it out, making movies, getting returns on his investments. He's taking shots with sort of acting work. He's still doing his sort of, slapstick comedy. And kudos to him, man. He found his own little home on Netflix, and he's just crushing it after not ever trying to below past expectations. He's sort of just delivering what people want, and people still love him. I can't be mad at that. So Adam Sandler, mass respect. I've been hard on him. I've had my feelings, whether it was jealousy or just annoyance that he was getting to do all these things. But you know what? Good on him, man. It's hard in town, especially in Hollywood these days, in the state of the world and movies. It's hard to be, that successful for so long and continue to. So bravo to Adam Sandler. And so it was a surprise to me to see him on Joe Rogan, because you got to sort of get spicy on this show. You know what I mean? And the topic of Will Smith and Chris Rock came up. Now, Chris Rock, obviously Adam Sandler's buddy. And so they go and talk about him. Let's start with that part. I do have to start and stop a little bit of this to offer my fair use commentary. But here they are. Here's Adam Sandler hyping up Chris Rock, which he does for a lot of his friends. Another good quality Sandler has.
Remember, Chris was in Vegas, and I went to see him with Nicholson and Jim Brooks.
Wow.
And we were sitting there, and fucking Nicholson was laughing his ass off. And I had that thought you just had. I was just going, fucking Rock is so cool.
Right.
That people fucking fly an hour, like, where is he? Let me go see him. They sit back and laugh. And I fucking just going, shit, Rock, you really are a fucking stud, man.
Oh, yeah.
But what I love about Sandler is he's being such a good guy. Like, Sandler made a movie with Nicholson, let's not forget, with Pacino. Granted, they weren't the best movies, but still, Sandler's got it too. But he always is out there hyping up his friends more than himself. And that's a really impressive and nice quality to see.
Bring the Pain days, Bigger and Blacker and Bring the Pain, two of the greatest specials of all time.
Unbelievable.
Of all
Flawless.
time. Flawless.
Yeah, he's a badass. I talked to Rock yesterday, just for like 10 minutes or something, and we got really excited about stand-up again. I go, you writing? He goes, I kind of am. I kind of, like, he can't stop. When he was doing his tour, he's like, I need a break, blah, blah, blah. He just did like a fucking year on the road or some shit. And then he's right back to like, got some ideas. Got some shit.
I think that's a good way to do it. Take a little break and just refresh your mind so you're not running stale.
Now, for reference, Joe Rogan just did a live Netflix special, and Adam Sandler is hyping up a return to comedy as well, or at least a tour he's announced with some dates. He's been doing sort of a hodgepodge of comedy / music.
Of course.
Because he did a live special, too.
His live special was I loved it.
Yeah, and it was also like the build-up because of getting slapped by Will Smith and all that crazy shit.
Yeah.
I think that was like the best thing that ever happened to him, because then he became like wild again. Like his stand-up was like outrageous. Like it was like the Rock of old.
That night was like watching a fucking Super Bowl. You were just like, what? It's a live event? Holy fuck, what the fuck? And then he was a badass, and I think he had some white shit on, and he looked cool as fuck, and you were waiting for him to talk about it, and then he got to it, and he got fucking excited.
Well, he didn't talk about it.
I love it because it was Sandler's being nice to Will Smith. Watch it. He's not going to go crap on Smith. Rogan is. But still, Sandler's there not denying it. And yeah, everything they're saying is true. Even to know that the likes of Sandler are sitting there like, yeah, we're waiting for Rock to see how he's going to call out the thing that's Will Smith did.
For a while.
Yeah,
on
right.
stage. Like he would tell people, if you think I'm going to talk about it, I'm not.
Yeah.
He wanted to be ready, and he wanted to really think about what he was going to say and how to say it.
That's because of where we are in life, where anything you say is fucking on the internet the next day. So he's like, I got to be careful and not blow this shit up. And
also,
I say
they
it
would
right.
ruin the bits.
And Sandler right now is processing that, and that's clearly what he's done in his career, is be careful not to have little comments go out there.
Because people would just tell the bits, and, then, and it wasn't even ready yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you have a life-changing event like getting slapped at the Oscars in this most preposterous scenario, the whole thing was preposterous.
Yeah.
I think for him it was also a wake-up call, like, hey, these motherfuckers don't really care about me.
In that moment,
they didn't protect me. Nobody stopped it. He went.
It's weird. Joe Rogan does this a lot, where he just talks, and then you have Adam Sandler, who knows Rock way better. Would be an amazing opportunity to be like, do you disagree? What do you think? Do you think he really cares about what these people think of him? It would have been an interesting way to have actually someone who knows him even better. Joe knows him, obviously, but it's always weird how he goes in these rants and doesn't let his guests actually get the response in. But let's see if Adam chimes in.
Went back and sat down, and then he got an award afterwards. He got a standing ovation. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
It was fucking weird.
Yeah, because you always want to be that guy who's hosting the Oscars and who's starring in the big movies, and that's what everybody wanted. Everybody wanted to be the big movie star. But then you realize, like, well, these people are fuckers. You know, what did you do? How did you set this up? How come nobody tackled him?
That was a fucking weird moment.
Oh,
live
the weirdest.
Moment.
It was like a guy just showing his ass. Like, you just pulled your pants down, showed the world.
Joe just is not letting go of the gas on this, and Sandler's not taking the bait.
Pulled your ass. Like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
He probably does. He probably wakes up in the middle of the night going, why did I do that?
That whole thing sucks.
Yes, beyond. It was almost like a guy who doesn't know how normal people act, thinking this is what you're supposed to do. Go smack that guy.
It became fucking just went to a place that he couldn't get out of.
Yeah.
And started it. And
still there. He's still there.
Yeah.
In everybody's mind, when you see Will Smith, oh, he slapped Chris Rock. That's like, not I Am Legend, not Muhammad Ali.
I'd love to hear Sandler's opinion on it. Sandler is the man we're tuning into. We love the Joe Rogan Experience. It's your show. Obviously, do your rants, but ask him a question.
Insanely good movies.
Yeah.
The guy's an incredible actor.
Absolutely,
He's been in so many banger movies.
Yeah.
He's a fucking blockbuster movie star.
Yeah.
And people see him, they go, oh, he slapped Chris Rock. Fuck that guy.
Fucking sucks. God damn it.
Terrible.
Man. It sucks, man. It fucking, it follows you around. It sucks. But my man, Rock, and the Kinnisons, like, and that shit, when you spread it, that happens like once every fucking 8 years or something, where somebody becomes this shit.
Yeah, every now and then someone pops through, and it elevates all of us.
Yeah.
Bravo. Sandler did not take the bait, did not go off in the rants like Joe Rogan did, even though Joe Rogan's, what he's saying is true. He's doing that sucks, and he's doing it more empathetically. Like, it does suck. It sucks for Will Smith, and Sandler's not going to go there, kick and keep dunking on him. Joe's doing it, but I found that very nice. He's defending his buddy. He's talking about how great he is, and then he very clearly deflected. But, every once in 8 years, you get someone like this, the Kinnisons, The Rock, and, he's brought it back to his buddy and how good he is. It's just kudos to Sandler for going
everybody
there.
that gets to see it, they go, oh my God, I want to be better. I want to write more. When I used to see Chris at the store.
Anyway, I'm not trying to Joe Rogan does do good interviews from time to time, but it's frustrating when you have a guest on that you're like excited to see. And then you're like, are you going to ask him about it? Or are you just going to keep telling us your opinions? I do want to hear Joe's opinions. I'm not trying to deny it. I do the same thing sometimes, clearly. But if I have Adam Sandler on, I want to hear from Sandler. I definitely want to hear Sandler's feedback. And look, the whole show I think is like 2 or 3 hours. There's more. They get into it finally, and they talk about his career, and it is a good thing. Probably Joe's just getting it out there and not trying to put Sandler on the spot, because realistically he would be if he asked him straight out, like, so what do you think? Do you think you hate? So probably Joe is actually being fair and respectful to his guests, but I can't lie. I wanted to hear more. At the same time, he's clearly, agreeing with what's, as being polite as possible. And I can't deny Joe saying facts. It is super weird, which, to quote Adam, it's super weird that Will Smith did all that, got up to get an award, got a standing ovation, and everyone sort of played like nothing happened. At the same time, I still think people were trying to understand, well, what happened? Was that real? And, that was in the moment, in the live thing, people were confused and shocked. Was it a bit? I mean, keep my wife's name out of my mouth. I don't think it was a bit. I think we've established. At the same time, Smith did eventually apologize. I wish them both well. I think let's move on. I like the new Bad Boys. I like Will Smith as a movie star, and I love Chris Rock as a comedian. I don't think we're going to see them together anytime soon, although that would be epic if they are able to finally figure out a way to let bygones be bygones. But it was painful for Rock, and that's why I also thought it was interesting to see Joe say this was the best thing that happened to him, because it sort of put the spotlight back on him and made him go back to his roots to really be as good a comedian as possible. But should he have had to been assaulted to go there? Is that the best thing that happens? What do you guys think of that? I'm curious what your thoughts are. And do you agree that Smith's always going to be defined by that slap now more than any other performance he's done? Because sadly, I would say yes. So many good performances, but it's hard to deny this was the most craziest thing he ever did. It was a whole thing. And I do have some empathy in that. I feel like he had a breakdown. Now that we've seen and learned more about what Jada's been putting him through, which they're on and off, which even Chris, like, he wasn't even as aimed at Will as much as he was leaning towards sort of for Jada and like what Jada did. Entanglements, he dropped that. That was even Will made fun of Jada for the entanglements. So I gotta say, good on Sandler though for being the better person and not taking the bait and not going there, which he easily could have. What do you guys though think? I want to hear your thoughts down below.